Welcome back. Originally, we had thought we could end our meeting in camera, but we've decided to pop back online to share with everyone that we have decided as a committee to release the documents that we saw in camera. And I would open the floor to any other discussion that we have on this matter. Matt?
Thank you, Chair, and so I believe the decision made in camera is that the documents that we received and reviewed would form part of the public record and be available as such. But I do note from the review of the documents that they're not provided in full pursuant to the requests that we had made, and I think there was a reference in the letter to September 26th being a date where we would get an update from Health PEI on the status of the remaining documents. So I guess, you know, as a committee, we'd have to be satisfied that that date is going to be sufficient. It's not that far now, so I'm sure we'll get an update. I don't know whether we need to do anything to ensure that that date is fulfilled. If we want to direct the clerk to follow up in advance, or we just wait and see what happens, and then at a subsequent committee meeting after that, we'll probably have it on as an agenda item for further discussion. But I guess I would like to just make it clear that the documents that we received are not the full set of documents that we've asked for, and that is acknowledged by Health PEI's most recent correspondence to the committee. And I guess the other comment that I would have after reviewing the documents in camera is that the documents are redacted, in fact. When the letter that we had sent back in June, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, clerk, but I think the letter was a June letter, and made it completely clear on a couple of points. One, that the documents were going to be received and reviewed in camera. And secondly, that we wanted unredacted documents to be provided to the committee. And that's not what we've received. So I don't know whether we need a motion for this or not, but my thought is that we need to return to Health PEI and ask for, sort of repeat the request of what we had already asked for, which was unredacted documents to be received and reviewed in camera. And again, that's not what we've received, so I'd go a little further and just make sure that if there's more documents coming further to that September 26th update reference, that they, you know, Health PEI does not go to the trouble of redacting those documents, because that's not what we'd asked for. So they can just provide the balance of the documents unredacted without taking the time to do that.
Okay, does anybody else have anything they want to say about us releasing the documents?
No, I would agree. It was, I don't know why they were unredacted. That was not what we called for. So the documents that we received, the incomplete documents that we received, were not adequate. This is important stuff here that a lot has been going on with Health PI. We need to see what's happening in terms of hiring, in terms of different processes with outside organizations and agencies assisting here. So I would agree with that. I'm not sure if it's a motion or not. And I would also add too, there was a part in those documents, and the public will get a chance to see them, where government directed Health PEI to do something. So I would like to further that and to ask that we send a letter to government regarding that specific notion that government directed Health PEI to hire, or I don't have the exact wording in front of me as we get going, and I want all the information about that process. They're supposed to operate independently, and that clearly said that government authorized this, and that should never happen in my respect.
Okay, is there any other discussion on, Gord wants a letter sent to the Department of Health?
To clarify, it is the Department of Health and Wellness?
Yeah, and also there was the principal secretary, I think, was named in there, and as well as I don't know if it was Treasury Board. Yeah, Matt, you can help me. There's somebody else.
I'm just wondering, Chair, if we want to get those documents on the public record so we get a better chance to look at them, so we can identify exactly who we want to go to.
Sure, you can do that.
I'm not suggesting we unduly delay the request, Gord. I think it's important that we get the clarity you're seeking, but I just want to make sure that when we put the request out, that it's to the people that were properly named.
So do we want to take an opportunity to perhaps pause for a moment on Gord's request and come back when we meet again on Wednesday to be more clear exactly what we're asking and who we're asking it to?
I just don't have them in front of me, but I think that, I don't think there needs to be a pause if the committee does. It's not a big deal whether we do it today or Wednesday, but that will be coming forward. Once those released publicly, I think the public will see them. We'll see that specific section, and we can move on from there. So I can hold off on that till Wednesday or till the things get released publicly, even though I really don't know if it's necessary, but I will. So it's either.
Okay, I want to just refer back to Matt's letter. Is there any more discussion on the letter that Matt wants resent to Health PEI?
My only follow-up comment, Chair, on it would be that there was initially a response from Health PEI, suggesting that there was private information and confidential information within the documents, and therefore there was some hesitation to provide them. I want to make sure, and then we responded as a committee, that I should say the clerk at the time, I think it was Emma, responded with a very fulsome response, setting out how that is not a consideration at our committee level. We can receive the documents in camera. Freedom of information doesn't apply to our committee to receive and review those documents in camera. So I just want to make sure that there's no further delays or pushback on that particular basis, which was fully addressed by the clerk at the time in the response back to Health PEI.
Any discussion? Emma, do you have it, or Emily, do you have anything you'd like to clarify?
No, I think I have everything very clear.
Okay, all right. Any further discussion? Seeing no further discussion, we're going to end this meeting today. Motion to adjourn. Oh, can I get a motion to adjourn? Thanks, Gordon. Now we're going to end for the day. Thanks.